Hello, my dear friends, Yiddish Kinderlach. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Fine, Baruch Hashem. Da da da. Fine, Baruch Hashem. How are you? Fine, Baruch Hashem. How are you? Fine, Baruch Hashem. How are you? Fine, Baruch Hashem. Now this is called The Money in the Honey. And I thought it's a great story because I found it on my bookshelf. But that's not just why it's a great story. It's a great story because it's a story about the first Jewish king, King Shaul HaMelech, and the second Jewish king, King David HaMelech. David HaMelech and Shaul HaMelech. Here we go. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, mums and dads, abbas and imas, sab and savtas, to all of you listening out there, here we go with our story. Long, long, long ago, when King Shaul ruled in the land of Eretz Yisrael, there lived a very rich lady by the name of Rachel. She was a widow. Her husband had passed away, but had left her a lot of money. Rachel was so sad and lonely, and she decided to move somewhere away just for a little while to get a bit of a break. She put all her clothing that she needed in her suitcases. Her servants would take care of the house until she returned. But where could she hide all her gold coins? There were too many for her to take. And she couldn't just leave them around. There wasn't even banks in those days. One night before the move, Rachel went to bed. She had all her boxes, all her suitcases, and she was so exhausted and tired. Where was she going to hide the gold coins? She didn't know what to do. When all of a sudden, a brainwave hit her head. I've got an idea, she said. Here she is. She's so excited. That's Rachel. And she's got an idea. Oh, yes, I have an idea. She woke up in the morning and she said to her servant, come on, hurry up. Servant said, I'm going to wash Negavasa Moda Ori Lefanecha Melechai Vekayom Shehechizata Binishmasi Bechemla. Oh, Rabbi Melesecha. Oh, what do you want? Why are you waking me up so early? She said, we've got to run to the market. To the market? What are you talking about? It's still dark outside. Are you gone crazy? Why are you waking me up so early? I can't take this. She said, let's run to the market. That's them, and they're running to the market. Can you see? That's Rachel and her servant. And she said, let's go, and we need to buy jugs. Get the donkey, get the wagon. We are going to the marketplace. Hadad, that was the servant's name. Like Chabad, just Hadad instead of Chabad. Yep, whatever. So, he said, okay, here we go. They took the reins of the donkey and they trotted along the road. They're walking down the street. Rachel went from shop to shop and she bought many clay jars. Look at all the clay jars that she bought. That's her walking down in the marketplace. And she also bought a large keg of honey. And the servants picked up all the clay jars and all the honey and they loaded it on the wagon. And the widow, when they returned home, just as the sun was coming up, very early in the morning, she told her servant Hadad, bring all the jars into the kitchen and open the door. Hadad carried all the jars, all of them, and she closed all the windows. You see the windows are closed, and all the shutters, and put the jars in a row on the floor. Loads of them on the floor. And she filled each one halfway with her gold coins. You got it. And then she poured honey over the rest to fill them up. So they were well and truly sticky and hidden. Hidden because if you looked inside, you thought they were just jars of honey. But if you went below the surface and you dug a bit deeper, you find that deep within everything, even within the honey, it's not just superficially sweet, but there is gold coins. Get the metaphor? Think about it deep. Deep within every single human being, there is gold. Precious, precious gold. Well, the widow opened the shutters and unlocked the door. She said, Adad, please bring the donkey. We're loading all these jugs of honey. She didn't tell them there was gold coins. Put the jars in the wagon. Oh, said Adad, these jars are very heavy. What's inside them? Rocks from Russia? Oh no, it's not rocks from Russia. It is jars of honey, very pure honey. Oh well, I'm going away. She went to her friend and she said, Isaac. It wasn't a Isaac Hamler, I could tell you that. Isaac came to the door. What do you want, Rachel? מה את רוצה? תגיד לי. למה את באה פה בבוקר כל כך מוקדם? Why you come in morning so early? Rachel says, Isaac, I know you need some money. I'll pay you money, look after my jars of honey. Okay, Isaac says to Rachel. All right. So she pointed, she said, could you please keep all, and there's Rachel talking to Isaac, that's Isaac. And there's all the jars, and Rachel leaves it for Isaac and says, I'm going away for a while. Please, 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 can you look after it? And here you go. That's Rachel with her servant Hadad going on her bon voyage, on her journey away. She's very sad. Remember, her husband passed away. She's all alone. But don't you know, you're never alone, but sometimes you feel alone. Some of her neighbors came to see what was going on. They watched with interest as Isaac helped the servant carry the jars in. Thank you, Isaac, thank you. When I return, said Rachel, I'm going to reward you very well. She knew Isaac needed money, for he spent more than he could afford and lived beyond his means. Not very smart. You got to be careful with your money. If you have $1, you could only spend $1, not more. Isaac didn't know to do that. But anyway, there's Rachel, off she goes. Now, in the meantime, Rachel rode away to a new home where she was going on her journey, convinced that her gold coins were safely hidden. Now, soon after, Isaac had a son who got married. What a wedding that was. Boy, boy, boy. They had the best caterer, Josh Luftuk from Rocket Catering. And they had the most delicious, I don't know what. What do you think they had? Let's look at the table. We don't even have to guess. That looks like a big chicken, maybe a turkey. Wonderful platter of fruit. Oh, look at that cake. And some more cake and some, I don't know what that is. It could be grain. It could be, what? I can't hear you. You think it's jelly? Nah, it can't be jelly. Maybe it's matbucha. And maybe it's beetroots. You know what? We'll never know. But they had a massive feast. The excitement and the joy continued in Isaac's house. Long after the wedding was over, the house was filled with guests staying overnight. They talked, they laughed. They were all having fun. And Isaac's wife and her maids were cooking and baked into the night. Not nice that she has to cook all by herself on the wedding night. Isaac should have helped a bit more. There wasn't enough honey in the house to sweeten so many cakes. Isaac! The wife called. I need more honey. Please, 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 the jar is so empty. Isaac said, oh, I'm so lazy. Where am I going to get honey for you in the middle of the night? In Israel, they would say, Asiman Yarad. If you don't know what that is, it means you're young. It means in English, it's a metaphor for the penny is dropped. If you don't know what that is, it just means because by you get things first time. Anyway, bottom line is, suddenly Isaac remembered. That's Isaac. If he's looking gloomy, it's because he is quite gloomy. Isaac remembered that the widow's honey is in the storeroom. Rachel's honey, he could borrow some. She would never even know, and I could replace a tomato if need be. He took a lamp, and he took a measuring cup and went to the dark storeroom. Da-da-da-da. He opened up one jar of honey and poured some honey into his measuring cup. The honey was flowing smoothly, and then he heard a clink. What was that? He said. Oh, it's shiny. It's a gold coin. That's funny. What is going on? He picked it up. Wow, look at this. Where did it come from? I better check. He tipped out the whole jar. Oh my gosh, there's so many gold coins in this jar. Let me check the other ones. He stuck his hand in there, and you got it. You know it. Because you know it. They were all full of gold coins. Oh no, nobody had seen him. Quickly, he emptied all the gold coins, put them in a new bag, filled them up with honey again, gave his wife the honey. And Mr. Randy McNasty's called the Yetzer Hara. Yetzer Hara said to him, who cares? You keep the money. Nobody will be the wiser. Hashem knows everything. But his Yetzer Hara didn't say that to him. His Yetzer Hara said, no, you'll get away with it. Let me tell you a little secret. It doesn't pay to go astray. Even at times, if you think you might gain, ultimately, you always lose. Be honest. Anyway, several years passed. He took the money. And Isaac was living, didn't tell anyone, but he was living on Rachel's money. That's not very nice. And he saw Rachel coming up the path. Rachel, he said, what you doing home? I thought you were going for longer. Rachel said, excuse me, I'm back home. He said, anyway, what can I do for you? Rachel says, I'm here to pick up my jars of honey, and I want to pay you for looking after them. Well, Isaac said, you want the jars of honey? Was it witnesses that saw you giving me the jars? She goes, yeah, who cares about witnesses? I just want my jars. Now, I don't want to be all technical with you boys and girls, but you know what? In life, when you have Adam, just remember, this is in the time of Shaul HaMelech. When you have Adam, when you have witnesses, they could testify in a test whether something is true. And remember, the neighbors saw Rachel bring the jars. So Isaac said, get those neighbors. I want them to see them returning. He called the neighbors and he made a whole big scene. Neighbors, oh neighbors, do you remember when Rachel dropped off these jars of honey? And the neighbors said, yes, we do. Lo and behold, I want you to take witness. And I want you to attest to the fact that on this and this date and this time, I now hereby present the jars of honey back to Rachel. Yes. We take note. Rachel got all the jars of honey back. She rushed back home, put her hand inside the jars. I felt all the money, all the gold coins were gone. Oh no, she ran back to Isaac. Isaac, give me back my money. How mean can you be to a widow? I'm all alone. I'm going to get old and nobody's going to be able to look after me. I needed that money for my old age. Please. What are you talking about, said Isaac. How dare you accuse me? Oh no. Rachel said, you know in your heart. Be kind. Be truthful. Isaac said, I don't know what you're talking about. I gave you back all the coins. There's Isaac being rude to him, lifting up his hand and saying, I don't know what you're talking about. And there's Rachel crying. You could feel for her. And look at Isaac. He should have told the truth, but he didn't. Anyway, Rachel ran to Shaul HaMelech. And Shaul HaMelech said, now we're running late out of time. Shaul HaMelech said, I can't help you unless you have proof. Are you crying for Rachel? Rachel went into, look at this, she's walking all by alone out into the fields. When all of a sudden she meets the most wonderful and beautiful little boy by the name of David. later to become David HaMelech. And David's heart melts, David's hearts break, and he says, my dear lady, Rachel, why do you cry? It breaks me to see a lady so sad. Oh, Rachel said, don't worry, I don't want to disturb you. A young lad, how could you help me? Oh, said David, of course I can help you. Please tell me. Rachel told David the whole story. And David HaMelech, who cared about every individual sheep, and that's what Hashem said, he will be the faithful shepherd to look after my Yiddish Kinderlach. Said, I have an idea. Well, there's David HaMelech with his idea. And he's got, well, it looks like a baseball bat. Well, you'll see why he needed it. And I have to rush the story a bit quickly, because I'm already 49 seconds over. Well, he went and he told everyone, when David HaMelech, who wasn't a Melech yet, went to Shaul HaMelech and said, bring me one of those jars. Bring me Isaac and bring me Rachel. They brought them in. David HaMelech took his baseball bat and he smashed one of the jars all over the floor. What are you doing? Everyone said, you're making a mess. Just you wait. Inside was a gold coin stuck because the honey was so sticky. One or two of the coins stuck. Aha! Why would a gold coin be stuck? Of course, Rachel had put it in there. He was caught. Isaac was caught. He said, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean. Please have mercy on me. Shaul HaMelech said, have mercy on you. You should have had mercy on this poor lady. Pay her back every cent. And indeed, they're begging, Isaac's begging Shaul HaMelech. And Shaul HaMelech said, here we learn, always be honest. Now, Yiddish Kinderlach, boys and girls, I'm 2 minutes and 3 seconds over time. I just want you to know, remember, Ehrlich Yid is the most important thing. Be honest, be kind, and be Ehrlich. If you don't know what Ehrlich is, homework for you. Find out what Ehrlich means. Do you know what it means? It means refined. It means beautiful. It means wonderful. Just be the best you can be. Don't ever forget. Thank you and good night.